Muchas familia, aquí el hermano Pedro trayendo una buena palabra hoy día para esta planta de poder, esta planta maestro, el Abuelito Tabaquito, the grandfather of tobacco. As you may have previously seen, I have already made a video for la abuelita Coquita, ya hizo un video para ella y ahora pues me toca balancearlo y también compartir una buena palabra para este abuelito. So today I am here bringing a good word for this sacred medicine, this good grandfather Tabaco, and I want to share with my relatives a good way to work with him in the form of water. And so I'll share a little bit about my past relation with this plant. In a nutshell, as many may unfortunately encounter him in the society of Babylon through the form of cigarettes. You know, I smoked cigarettes almost about 10 years, and including rolling my own. However, you know, I feel like after all the years of getting to know him more, I've arrived at this stage of knowing him that I would say is in one of the top 3 most preferred ways that I work with him. As y'all may also know, I'm a japero. I love to work with the jape. I also work with the ambil. El ambil también me gusta mucho. Y pues hoy día estoy enseñando cómo trabajar con esta planta a través de la agüita. Working with him through the water form. So it's pretty simple. It's straightforward. You know, as they say, a caveman can do it. So step 1, you want to make sure that you source a mapacho log, aka a maso, that's fresh and that's responsibly sourced from a sustainable organic source that has a good relation with this plant, that's grown in prayer, cultivated in prayer, dried in prayer, cured in prayer, sent in prayer, and then received in prayer. En amor. O sea, cosechado con amor, sembrado con amor, recibido con amor. Entonces, so yeah, step 1, once you source your mapacho log, also, a lot of these masos, I want to say a side note, a lot of these masos are also cured with agua de with the sugarcane alcohol, with the rum, basically. So, I personally prefer the mapacho that's just straight tabaco, sin el alcohol. Yo prefiero el tabaco puro, sin que está en la fermentación con el alcohol. However, either one, they can both have their benefits. Alright, so step 1. Once you have your mapacho log, you can slice off, if you're going to use a glass jar, this is an 8-ounce glass jar. You can cut, you know, approximately about a 2-inch, 3-inch piece of the log and just soak it right in water. You want to make sure to use clean alkaline spring water, preferably, for optimal taste. I feel this is the way to really taste the full flavor profile of this yummy plant. You could also just put the whole piece of the log directly into the jar and then soak in water, or you can unravel the log into individual pieces and then smush it down and work come in that way. If you rather put your own prayer into it, your own intention by touching each piece, each leaf, you can do it that way as well. Another important thing when working with these master plants is You always want to make sure that you have your purpose, your intention set, as they say. Whatever it is you're gonna do with these plants, you want to make sure that you have that arrow super sharp. What it is you're gonna do. If you're gonna sing a song, if you're gonna, do some outside work, whatever it is you're gonna do, it's good to have de tener la flecha lista, así a saber a dónde va. You want to make sure that you have your aim set with what it is you're gonna do. You don't want to aimlessly, unconsciously work with these plants. It can be very dangerous in that way. So you always want to make sure you have your purpose set. You can say that's step 2. Or technically you can say that's actually step 1. It's just put out that intention to the universe, and then step 2 is source your mapacho love. Now I do like to cold steep him in the refrigerator for approximately 24 hours. You don't need a refrigerator. Evidently people in the jungle don't have those type of appliances, so sometimes I do prefer room temperature as well. So once he has soaked for a full day, and it's not just soaking him, you also, as you're soaking him, as you place him in the jar, as you're filling the water, every step of the way, you want to keep the focus on your prayer. You want to make sure that you're concentrating on what it is you're praying for. That way, the medicine can respond to your intention. I like to sing to him as I'm preparing him, as I'm working with him. Es bueno cantarle mientras que le estás trabajando. Cantándole le ayuda a activar su poder así. Singing helps to really unlock that magical aspect of this plant. La magia se puede salir así cuando uno le canta, ¿no? When you structurize the water with your prayers, with your songs, you're able to ensure that it's a harmonious charge that's in the water. So when you receive him, it's in an uplifting way. So there's different forms to receive him. Some people either just, the way I learned originally in a San Pedro ceremony many years ago, one style is to make a puddle in your hand and recibirlo así. They call it levantando el tabaco. In English, it loosely translates to lifting the tabaco. So there's many ways to receive him. You can either make a puddle in your hand, as I learned originally in a San Pedro ceremony many years ago, when it was circulated in the circle, around 3-4 a.m. of the ceremony. Some people are feeling kind of tired. They'll circulate this medicine throughout the circle to help everyone stay awake and stay alert, pay attention, stay with the fire, So we receive a puddle like that. And another way could be a pea-sized drop in each hand. So the left side is feminine, and then covering the nostril for the other side. Esta es otra forma. That's another way that it can also be done. Now, I find that if I pour him directly out of the jar, sometimes it's hard to pour, it leaks out. So I transfer him to a glass dropper. However, this is good perhaps for short-term use. I do find that if you use it for a couple weeks or longer, refilling the same jar, the dropper can get cloudy inside. It can be difficult to clean that dropper internally. So I find that the dropper for long-term may not be the most ideal way. However, if it's a new dropper, or if you find a way to clean the inside of the dropper, that's a good method as well for not spilling any of the liquid. There's also the spray bottle form. This was actually a sinus relief bottle of colloidal silver that I refilled. And so this could also be a spray way. Also, if you have any cuts or open wounds, this also is a great way to keep the area clean and prevent any infection. The tabaco is antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, you name it. He's a very powerful healer, so he can cleanse a lot. Some people may ask, oh, what if I swallow him and it goes through my sinus and I accidentally swallow him? Look, wherever he goes is going to be okay. So he finds where he wants to go, you know? And so like that, I want to go ahead and say Pamparios to all the hands and all the hearts and all the feet that made this medicine to be possible here today, Great Spirit. Gracias, Gran Espíritu, por todas las manos, todos los pies, todos los corazones que hicieron esta medicina aquí posible hoy noche. I also want to say that while he's steeping for the full 24 hours, I like to place shungite on the jar, or if there's a particular crystal that you like to work with, I find that that could be a good way to ground the energy there. And then, of course, selenite charging pad. As you may know, selenite is a nice cleanser and protector as well. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate, or I like to say, exemplify how this goes. So one dropper, one nose. I'm with my mapacho, my tobacco, mi voz pura, corriendo en mi sangre. He is my pure heart, he is my pure soul, he is my abuelo. Ouch, ouch. Now, another good way to work with this medicine, aparte de la nariz mojada, otra buena manera de trabajar con esta medicina también es gotitas para los ojos. Another good way to work with this medicine is in the form of eye drops. So the dropper can be good for administering this medicine to the eyes, to cleanse the eyes of what they call panema. Panema in the jungle, they describe it as a dark cloud that could be hovering around a person's aura. A lot of energetic debris that can accumulate over long periods of time. So these medicines like the cambo, the sananga, the tabaquito is a good way to clean the slate, if you will. So like that, just a disclaimer, it does sting a lot in the eyes. However, I'd say it's very much worth the cleanse. The clarity that he provides after the sting is well worth it. Another thing is that you want to make sure your hands are clean to receive him in a clean way. Personally, I like to use unscented soap that's residue free, no fragrance. That way I can embrace him in his totality and really embrace the full flavor profile that he carries like that. Also, you can do multiple rounds of soaking. I do a 24-hour round, drain, and then refill with more water and do a second soak. You can do up to about 3 soaks. And then after the last soak, you want to wring out the tabaco if you want to maximize the amount of medicine there. So as you're massaging the tabaco and wringing him out and straining the liquid that he's absorbed, it's a good time to pray, it's a good time to sing in that moment and charge up the liquid with your prayers like that. And so after you've strained him and squeezed out all the juice that you could, then you can lay him out and re-dry him, and then you keep it used for smudging purposes and for rolling a mapacho spliff, if you will, a mapacho cigar for prayer as well. Y aparte de gotitas para los ojos, también sirve para las orejas. This medicine is also good for the ears, in case you ever have an ear infection. Si por acaso algún día tienes infección de oreja, esta medicina también te puede servir. So this medicine can be beneficial for a wide array of uses. So if you have any questions, si tienes algunas preguntas, feel free to drop a comment down below, and I would love to be of assistance if I can. Si tienes alguna pregunta, puedes dejarlo en los comentarios y me gustaría asistir. Pues bendiciones, many blessings, and haushaush. Gracias, Taita Sairi.
Yo tengo un amigo poderoso. Él es como un niño, angelito precioso. Limpia mis pulmones, también limpia mis bronquios. Por eso es que le canto los versos más hermosos. Tabaquito de mi vida, medicina poderosa. Te llevo en el alma, mis sentidos te adoran. Te quiero, yo te amo, armonizas mis palabras, tú vibras en mi cuerpo y controla bien mis ansias. Va conmigo derechito, derechito al infinito. Gracias a ti, Padre, por crear al hermanito, angelito que me ayuda, tabaquito, tabaquito.